Today I want to talk about my top books of 2025. I did not have a very good reading year this year. I had no 5 stars. I read half of my Goodreads goal, so I found it hard to kind of pick my top book. So I was going to do top 10, but I've picked my top 8 out of 26. So, most of the books I read are here in this list. I'm going to go from 8th to 1st. Honestly, my top 3 books are kind of crazy. Like, I didn't think this would ever be my top 3 books of 2025. But number 8, I have Ready or Not by Cara Stone. This is a accidental pregnancy trope. If you don't like accidental pregnancy, maybe don't read this. I enjoyed going through the pregnancy with her. Like, you did follow her through like the first, second, third trimester, the whole way through, her dealing with it, the father baby dealing with it, and it was so good. I also love her writing. I really want to read her other book. I think it's Promise Me Sunshine. So this book was so good. Highly recommend. Next I have Love Arranged by Lauren Asher. This was my most anticipated read for 2025. I was so excited. Could not wait for this to come out. This is their book in the Lakefront Billionaires trilogy. I think it's also the last one. This is Lorenzo and Lily's story. It's like fake dating. They've always had a connection, but they've always kind of pushed it to the side. It is so good. So good. This series, they are very thick books. Like, this one is over 500 pages, but this series is one of my favorite series of all time. Next I have Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. Honestly, this is really disappointing that it's this far down the list. Like, this is my 6th favorite book of the year. It's supposed to be my favorite. Like, last year my favorite was Just for the Summer. Favorite book of all time. This was not disappointing because I still gave it a 4 star. Still one of my favorite books, but I was expecting a 5 star. It's not what I expected, obviously. And this was just a bit insta-lovey for me, and that's the only reason that it wasn't a 5 star. Like, her writing, everything, the way the story is just so perfect. I think I was more interested in the characters individually rather than a couple. Like, what's going on in their home lives was more interesting to me than the actual relationship. Next I have The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. This one is a surprise for me. I haven't read a fantasy in a very long time, and I read this book for a video. This was honestly a shock to me how much I like this book. Like, I heard so many good things about it, never heard a bad thing about this book, but I just didn't know if it was going to be for me. Basically about this man who is sent to an orphanage to kind of watch the orphanage and make sure the orphanage can stay open. And it is such a good book. It is so, I want to see this in a movie. Like, this should be made into like a kids movie. It was so good. Next I have Wildfire by Hannah Grace. I was so surprised by how much I love this book. I read Icebreaker whenever Icebreaker came out, like back when it was first getting its hype when it came out, and I liked it. Not a lot. Like, I was like, okay, I don't know why everyone's obsessing with this book. This one, however, I feel like this is people's least favorite in the trilogy. This was my favorite. This is set in like a summer camp, and these two camp counselors, they had a one-night stand right before summer camp started, and they both end up as the camp counselors for the camp. And there's no staff fraternizing rule, so it's like forbidden. I love that. I love a bit of forbiddenness. And even I read Daydream also this year, and I think I don't know what it is. This book is just so good. Next I have Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson. This honestly isn't a shock that it's here. I will say when it came out, a lot of people had bad things to say about this, and I was very nervous to read it. This is the same author as A Girl's Guide to Murder, Five Survive, The Reappearance of Rachel Price. And then this is her first adult romance. No, adult thriller. She usually has done all YA before. I will say that when I was reading this, I was thinking, okay, this, in my head I kept thinking she was like a teenager, because that is what she would normally write. This one, it was so good. I read this so fast. Basically about a girl, and she gets hit in the head. A girl, it's a woman. She's like 20 something. She gets hit in the head on, I think, Halloween night, and she's told, like, they tried to murder her, but she didn't die, and she's told she has 7 days left to live, and now she's trying to solve her own murder and figure out what happened to her before she dies, and someone, gets arrested for her murder. I also love the humor in this book. The way she's making jokes about herself dying is just, it is so good. Like, dark humor, my favorite. I will say the next 2 books, like my top 2 books, are very close together. Like, I had to really think about which one I liked more. But number 2, I have Broken Country by Claire Leslie Hall. This is also a shock for me. I've never heard this author before, or this book, until Sarah read it not that long ago, and I was like, okay, now I must read it, obviously, if Sarah read it. Follow Beth through 3 different timelines. So you have the before kind of chapters where it's her when she's 17, she meets her first love, Gabriel, and then it goes to a little bit later in the future when she has a husband and she has a kid, but not with Gabriel, but someone else, and you see Gabriel come back into her life. And then you also get the present day timeline where it's a trial and someone's up for murder and you're like, what's happening? I thought it would be confusing with all the 3 different timelines, but it won't. It's not confusing, I swear. I want everyone to read this book. If anyone asks for a book recommendation, it's going to be this. And then I think what my top book of the year is The Only One Left by Riley Sager. This one also, complete shock. I think I've read, yeah, I read The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager and I liked it. It was okay. But then I picked this one up and this was so good. Like, I can't even explain to you how good this book was. Basically, it's about this woman and she lives on the top of like a hill, like a mountain, whatever. And it's literally falling off the side of the cliff. Like, this house is gonna drop soon. But she, years ago, her whole family was murdered and she's the only survivor. She's now like paralyzed. She can't do anything. She can only move like one of her arms. Kate ends up being the new like caretaker of her. And then one day she decides her name is Lenora, the old woman. She wants to tell the story of what happened the night of the murder. So Kate brings her typewriter and she slowly types out the story of what happened. It is so good. I cannot put this book down. It was giving me whiplash. It was crazy. Did not see the plot twist coming. Didn't really see anything coming. I was completely shocked. Such a good book. And there are my top 8 books of 2025. I think this video is gonna be quite short because I'm looking at the amount of footage now and I'm just hitting 10 minutes and obviously I have to edit out all my mistakes and stuff. But they're my top books. I wish I had more. I wish I read more, but there's nothing I can do about it now. I was in a slump for a majority of the year, so not much I could do. But thank you so much for watching and I will see you in 2 days time with another video. Goodbye.